All right, guys, so I'm gonna kind of fly through the first part here so I can get to the nitty-gritty, but you guys saw the numbers already. We ended at about 23,000 base shop. And as you can see, there wasn't a lot of people that contributed to that. We had Josh and Team Infinite, then we had Matt and Mia, then we had Otis with a breakout a little bit here. And then just like Samir said, a lot of it came from me, the production. So, which is pretty exciting because again, this is 2 months in a row now that we have done pretty good, done at over 10,000 personal. And as a team, what I was excited about was we did 19,000 of production outside of Josh this month. So that's so I just started reading this book. It's called The Principle of the Path by Andy Stanley. I think it's a great book to get or check out. He's a pastor of North Rock Church. And he says direction, not intention, determines destination. So you win or lose by the path you choose. It is not where you are. That's the issue. It's where you're headed. Decisions and actions. Decisions and actions, not intentions, dreams, plans, prayers, beliefs, intellect, or education determines your intention. It's decisions and actions, right? Choosing the wrong path can cost you precious years. Where you intend to end up is irrelevant. Saying, but this isn't where I want to be does not help. No matter how loud or often you say it, you will always end up where the path you're on takes you. If you're on the wrong road, it doesn't matter what you believe or what your intentions are, you're in trouble. We're all on a path of some kind, financially, morally, relationally, or spiritually. There's often a disconnect between where we want to end up and the path we choose. So a lot of times people want the success, and a lot of things that Samir talked about with Sheila is people want success, or they want to make a lot of money, they want to have passive income, they want to have residual income, they want to have a business, but they're on the wrong path. They're at a job with a salary, right? So there's no way, even as much as you say the things that you want, that you're going to get there if you're on the wrong path, right? People don't connect the dots between the choices they make and the outcomes they experience. They come to believe the popular notion that as long as their intentions are good, their hearts are in the right place, and they do the best and try their hardest, it doesn't really matter which path they take. They believe somehow they'll end up in a good place. That's not always how it's going to work out, right? So I want doesn't get you anywhere. The path you choose to walk down determines your destination. Looking ahead, we are often deceived into thinking that life is a series of unrelated decisions, and somehow we will end up where we want to be simply by a force of will or luck. What gets our attention determines our direction and ultimately our destination. So great book. I just started it, but I definitely highly recommend it. And I think it's a great insight into what we have to focus on mentally in our business and where we want to end up. So let's get into it here. Lay the foundation. So this is when you're working with a new recruit. Starting from the orientation, you want to make sure you're making a great list with that new recruit and check it twice, right? So here, always talk about pipeline with your recruits. So when they come in, they're going to start with an initial list, maybe like 5 to 10 people. In the past, I've seen where I used to get hundreds of contacts from my recruit, and then nothing happens, and then now I have a list with 100 people. That's fine. So but I think that there's a better way if you get quality contacts from your teammate up front and then constantly be adding to that list. So like, for example, with Matt and Mia, we started off with their initial list, initial contacts, and went on great appointments. But then all the time I'm asking, hey, who can we talk to next? Who's the next person? Who's also married? How can you reconnect with them? Who's some coworkers that you guys know? And keep talking about that to build on it. Then you want to set or give goals. So a lot of times we ask recruits to, hey, what's your goal for the month? What do you want to do? A lot of times a new teammate, they don't even know what that means, what goals they should have, right? So sometimes we have to actually give them goals. Okay, hey, when you guys come in, first month, you want to both get licensed. Second month, our goal is to get you promoted to district. What's district? Explain them, let them know what the requirements are so they have that on their mental perspective, right? As far as what they need to accomplish, because they have no idea, right? You have to set high expectations for your teammates so that they can work up to that or build up to that. Otherwise, you ask what their goal is, they're like, get a recruit, get a sale, do a lot, right? So you have to teach them, right? And then set a lot of appointments, right? Set a lot of appointments because a lot of them may not happen. If you only set 1 or 2, then now your new teammates like, I don't even know if this business works, right? So constantly be talking to people and then setting a ton of appointments. I think that's also a great way to build relationships. Mammy and I, we were on Zoom appointments all the time. It's like, I didn't even have to really like set individual time to build a relationship because we were already always on an appointment and then always briefing afterwards. So while you're field training, you want to be intentional and duplicatable. So all of your presentations need to be the same. Don't change things up regularly. Try to keep it the same as much as possible. Stay in the qualified market. What's the qualified market?
Macho.
What does that mean?
Married,
Children of other occupation.
Right. So married, age 25 to 55, have kids, homeowner or living on their own, and they're working, right? They have, real kids, not 30-year-old kids. So with that, stay in that market. That's where you're going to see the most success with your new teammates. Then you want to complete qualified appointment 10 as soon as possible. I tell my recruits, hey, you want to get on 10 quickly. You can do 10 in a week. You can do 10 in a month. You can do 10 in 3 months. As quickly as possible. The more you see that, the more belief you're going to have. You guys see them, right? They went on a lot of appointments. They have huge belief in the business. Then brief after every appointment. That is the most important thing. Yes, the appointment is great. We can get a sale. We can set a carryback, all of that. But you want to brief, go over what questions did I ask? How did I ask them? What questions did they ask? How did I answer? Then repeat it back to me. I got to get a little bit better with this, but teach them and then ask them to say it back. If they don't say the things back that you're training them, they don't know it, right? And then master compensation. I talk to them a lot about, hey, what was the premium we got? How's the breakdown? What's the percentage? What's your advance? So they understand that, right? Because they're here to, your teammates are here to make money. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go through this, but really what you want to do is just do the right things with your recruit, build that belief, build that relationship, get them licensed, make sure they're competent, and then cut them off, right? Some people don't want to get cut off. They want to be attached to you forever. But sometimes you'll find some people that actually want to go out there and start doing things on their own. Sometimes that's a breath of fresh air, but that's eventually where they got to get to. So that's all. I think I got the time.